Justin Gaethje is on a quest to win a world title. And I think Justin Gaethje will go out there and win a world title.
I'm going for the 10 million.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Israel Adesanya admits mistake about Whittaker's heritage. You see, Israel Adesanya, also known as the Last Style Bender, has finally come forward and admitted he was wrong to question Robert Whittaker's Kiwi heritage. It's like a big regret moment. However, Adesanya used to refer to Whittaker as a Mozzie, casting doubt on the fighter's heritage as a New Zealand-born fighter representing Australia. It caused quite a stir, and fans were left scratching their heads over the comments. And let's not forget the recent bout between Dricus du Plessis and Robert Whittaker at UFC 290. Before the fight, du Plessis claimed he was on his way to becoming the first real African champion. It was a bold statement that added even more tension to the mix, right? But now, Adesanya has had a change of heart. He's come clean about his mistake and admitted his error in questioning Whittaker's background. And he's not stopping there. Adesanya believes du Plessis should also own up to his earlier remarks and admit he was wrong too. Funny enough, someone brought it to my attention that I did the same thing to Rob, and I was like, true, I did because I called him a Mozzie. And I was like, FK, they're right. But guess what? I was wrong. That's called growth. I learned. I realized how's this, a black guy telling this effing Maori that, nah, you're not a effing true Kiwi because you live in Australia. That's stupid. So, again, this is called growth. Continuing, Israel Adesanya said, I can admit when I was wrong. I fused up back then, but you learn. So I would never say that to Rob again because who am I to try and take away his heritage? That's effing stupid. I wasn't even born here, but I claim to be from here because this is where my fighting heritage is from. But for me to have to say that to Rob, that was very stupid and that was wrong. So I shouldn't have done that, but you learn. While UFC 293 is right around the corner, and the current middleweight champion is all geared up to defend his title. The big showdown is set for September 9th. And guess where? In Sydney, Australia, no less. It's going to be one epic fight night. But dude, just hold on a sec. We still don't know who the champion's opponent will be. You know, after Dricus du Plessis scored that impressive victory against Whittaker, it only makes sense that he could be next in line for a shot at the title. Whereas Israel Adesanya had something to say and got the confidence because he was not afraid to voice his thoughts. Now he doesn't want to fight. Even after he's like, oh bro, all you had to do was put some gloves on. We could have got it on right there. BTCHAs. FK, you wouldn't have because guess what? He didn't want it. When I told him to feel me, people were like, oh, he's so classy walking away. He's so classy. I'm like, bro, he didn't even walk away. He felt me. He didn't want to feel me. He's not a scared man. He's a tough dude. He's very crafty, and he's got a good team behind him. Smart team. Concluding, Adesanya said, I don't think he's a scared man, but I'll tell you he's scared of me. You know when you look in someone's eyes, you just know straight away. He didn't call me into the cage. I stepped in the cage myself. I didn't even see him call me. I stepped into the cage because I made this shit happen. This mother effer... I was hoping he'd effing step up. But he's a bitch, and I'll tell you right now. Keep training. Keep training. I've got something for your ass, so keep training. So, let's see how this pans out, and whether du Plessis will also step up and admit his mistake. In the meantime, we'll be keeping an eye on the world of MMA for any more jaw-dropping moments. Are McGregor and Gaethje set for Showdown? Now, you won't believe the latest in the Conor-McGregor saga. So, last Saturday at UFC 291, Justin Gaethje pulled off what could be considered the best win of his entire career. He smoked Dustin Poirier with a killer second-round high kick in the main event. And man, it was like a knockout for the ages. But here's where it gets interesting. As soon as Gaethje secured that impressive victory, McGregor couldn't resist throwing his name into the mix and stirring up some trash talk. Initially, Gaethje was like, I'd rather fight someone who isn't on steroids. And honestly, that's a fair point. Earlier today, he decided to take to Twitter and directly call out McGregor. Sign the contract, big boy. Furthermore, there is McGregor's response to Gaethje's call-out on Twitter. Surely it was quick and to the point, like a knockout punch in itself. But the twist is, instead of directly answering Gaethje's post, McGregor hit back with just one word. Yep, one word, and it spoke volumes. He replied, "Signed." Here, the plot thickens in the world of MMA. Certainly Gaethje is on the verge of a title shot, while McGregor hasn't had a win since January 2020. It's like a tale of two fighters going in different directions. So, let's sit back and enjoy the ride. Who knows what the future holds for these two fighters and the unpredictable world of MMA? Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. Chandler predicts Gaethje's UFC triumph over Makhachev and Oliveira. With each passing day, things are heating up in the UFC, and Michael Chandler is not holding back on his bold claim about Justin Gaethje's title hopes. Recently, Gaethje just made a statement with that second-round head kick knockout of Dustin Poirier at UFC 291. Now, with that impressive win, Gaethje has put himself in the perfect position for a title fight. He's eyeing the winner of the lightweight champion showdown between Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi on October 21st. It's like he's ready to take on the best of the best. But here's where it gets interesting. Michael Chandler, who correctly predicted Gaethje's win over Poirier, sees a whole new and refined version of the highlight. Surprisingly, he believes Gaethje can beat both Makhachev and Oliveira. Now, that's a bold statement, considering those two fighters are no pushovers.
Justin Gaethje is no longer just a pugilist who goes out there and swings for the fences and wants to brawl. Justin Gaethje is on a quest to win a world title. And I think Justin Gaethje will go out there and win a world title. Whether it's Makhachev or Oliveira, Gaethje's going to get that title fight next. I think Justin Gaethje's the UFC lightweight champion by the first quarter of next year. I think he beats Islam. I think he beats Oliveira. I just think Justin Gaethje has cleaned up. He already had all the attributes. He already had the cardio, the speed, the power. He's got great wrestling defense. He already had all the attributes, but now him honing in those skills, it's going to be tough for one of those dudes to beat him, I think.
Furthermore, Justin Gaethje has had quite the journey in his quest for undisputed gold in the UFC. He's a former interim champion, and he had some tough battles along the way. But here's the thing about Gaethje. Incredibly, he's not one to stay down for long. After that loss to Oliveira, he dusted himself off and came back stronger than ever. With each win, he's inching closer to that title shot again, and you can bet he's going to leave it all in the octagon to make it happen. Gaethje challenges McGregor with contract response. In the last, the drama just keeps coming in the world of UFC. It's like a roller coaster ride with Justin Gaethje and Conor McGregor. So, you know how McGregor is always making bold predictions, right? He recently tweeted about knocking Gaethje out with just one shot if they ever meet in the octagon. But Gaethje's response was quite interesting. He shrugged it off with confidence. Dude, it's like he's not buying into McGregor's trash talk anymore. Back in the day, when Gaethje was on a mission to claim lightweight gold, McGregor was the perfect target for him. But things have changed since then. McGregor is on the sidelines, and there's still uncertainty about his next move after agreeing to coach the Ultimate Fighter 31 opposite Michael Chandler. At this point, UFC President Dana White hasn't ruled out the possibility of him competing this year, but it's all up in the air. And here's the twist. Henry Cejudo has some advice for Gaethje. Cejudo believes the payday from a fight with McGregor would be way bigger than any future gold.
Justin, if I had to choose something, whether I want a UFC around my way or about $10 million, guess what? I'm going for the 10 million.
So there you have it. Gaethje versus McGregor is still an exciting possibility, but we'll have to wait and see if it happens. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.